Do you ever feel that your life doesn't have a purpose? Your life doesn't have any meaning or rhyme to it, no rhyme or reason, and you just feel like a fish dead in the water. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, someone or something just shows up out of the randomness of the world, and now you have something to move your life forward to. You have the core, the heart, the passion, the burning desire to continue your goals, and it's all in the name of that person or thing. I have felt that too, and let's talk about it. This is the Undeniable Dialect, and we are going to talk about finding inspiration. I want to go off script for this one, this whole video, and I just want to share to you my examples and my experiences in finding inspiration, or rather maintaining it. You see, I've had my fair share of crushes and situationships, but never a girlfriend, okay? But I've had all of that. I've had those women that I look up to or look forward to talking every day, or women that I share the same interests with, or women that are just generally very amicable or attractive. Yeah, that's the word. For me, that is a very solid starting point to find your inspiration on. It's just that there is a limit to it, and by a limit, it can either go sideways or it will rise or go somewhere else. It will transcend that idea or notion. You'll eventually have to know them as a person and love them and understand that despite their flaws, you should be the one who still loves them. Because if you don't, then why are you here in the first place? So that is the number one example in finding inspiration. A special someone. Okay, in finding that special someone, you'll ask yourself, what makes her or him, if you're a woman, what makes her or him the person you look up to or you look forward to being with? And you take those ideas, you take those thoughts, and you use it as fuel for your goals, for your life. Say I have a crush now. What specific characteristic about her prospers your growth? What specific trait or attitude that she has makes you want to move, to get up and continue? Maybe you think, oh, she might be my girlfriend soon, or oh, maybe she likes me, and that can be a good way to fuel that passion in you. But make sure that you keep it lightheaded and balanced, because if you don't, you run the risk of sadness, misery, jealousy, or just being rejected in general. So that's that. Second example is your family. You know, why did I start with women? Or why did I start with a special someone? When at home base, you got people who were there for you from the very first moment you were born. From the very first moment that you breathed, you started gasping for air. They were there. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, even your relatives count. They can be your rock. They can be your cornerstone. Because if you think about it, they'll always be there for you. As long as they are the good ones, of course. They'll always be there for you. And if they aren't in this moment, due to circumstances or moments where they must simply go away, they were there for you. They were at a point there. If your mom or your dad isn't here, remember that they were still the reason why you're here. If your mom or your dad may have left, remember, they did that for a reason, and they may not have loved you enough to be there for you. But remember that at some point, they cared enough to take care of you. The third one is for friends. Friends are your chosen family. Remember that. You have the luxury, the space, and the freedom to carefully curate the people who you can serve and the people to whom they can serve, which is you. They can be your greatest asset or your way to escape from the realities of this world. You must choose a good balance. You must choose someone somewhere in the middle. Someone with a good mix of fun, someone with a good mix of purpose. and that is where you find your inspiration. At the moment, I have two best friends, and I also can consider one additional person to be a best friend. And those three people are three of the biggest reasons why I'm doing this today, why I'm still here, why I am existing, why I am living with purpose, because they have lived their lives with purpose, and I must continue that for them. Especially for the fact that sometimes people will go, and they may go too, but because they have left an indelible impact upon me, I will continue and I will work harder and harder, not just for them, but also for me. And that brings us to the fourth someone to take inspiration from. And that is you. You can be your greatest teammate or your worst enemy. And for me, I am my greatest teammate. However, there are also moments where I can be my worst enemy, my arch nemesis, my villain of the week. Because there are moments where I falter, where I doubt myself. That's when I need to find inspiration from others. That's because sometimes life can suck, and I can suck too. But remember that in the best days, you were there. You were your biggest inspiration. You were the reason why you kept on going. You were the ear to your complaints, to your babbles, to your yaps, to your thoughts, everything. And so you were there. And if you continue to be there for yourself, you will find that you are the greatest reason, you are the greatest initiator, and you are the greatest sign of change. There's one final someone that is there for you, that can be your source of inspiration. And that person has died for you and for everyone else in the world. And his name is Jesus Christ. I'm not the most religious person, okay? I'm not. But here's the thing. People complain that our God or Jesus is not the most understanding of different situations. And I think to myself, how so? They say, oh, so the Bible says that this is bad. The Bible says that this is unjust. And that's unfair for us. Okay, so the same God that hates you died for you. Okay, the same God who rebuked, who in your eyes rebuked you, rejected you, died for you. And what does that say? Then maybe we were in the wrong, because he died for you. And that alone is the biggest inspiration someone or myself will ever have. Trying my best to be true to my words. Trying my best to stay true and adhere to the faith. Because if I don't, I'll stray and life will just be another gaping hole. So yeah, those are your people, your figures to take inspirations from. Now let's go with things. Okay, things are a little less quantifiable in the realm of finding inspiration. But you, my friend, can find inspiration in the littlest of things. Maybe nature. Nature is a thing. Nature is a place. Nature is a gathering, an event for different species and different types of living beings to commune together. And you are one of them. The world is getting worse today, environmentally. There are different things, different aspects, different drivers of destruction. And you have a choice to see the beauty in what is being destroyed. You have the choice to recognize that nature is a place to grow, a place to thrive. So if you can gather inspiration, if you gather morale from that, then maybe life will be better for you. I don't know. A second thing to get inspiration from is your future. Future. The future is a time. The future is an event. The future is also a thing. You can say, so what are you doing today? It's for the future. The future. And the future has a lot of things in store. It's a thing. Okay, it's a container. It's a storage box for other things. And with the future has your inspiration. I'd argue that the future is one of the best motivators. Aside from God or your family, the future is up there. And in that future, you have the choice to make it better or worse. See the pattern here? Everything in here can be for the good or for the bad. It's up to you to take inspiration from that. So, do what you can, do what you will with the future, and it'll be yours for the taking. With all that said, thank you for watching.